Good morning and happy Easter. My name is Valerie Bayless. I'm a member of this congregation and I will be your worship associate today. On behalf of Reverend Dave Dunn, intern minister Liz Martin, director of religious exploration Lexi T. Brown, our music director Alex Peach, the Chalice Choir, the greeters, and the technical team that are making today's live stream possible, I'd like to welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Metro Atlanta North congregation, which we lovingly call UUMAN. UUMAN is a liberal faith community with a mission to nurture our spirit, strive for justice, and transform the world. No matter who you are, who you love, or where you are on your spiritual journey, all are welcome here. Welcome to all that are joining us remotely. For any visitors who are here with us for the first time, and if you're comfortable doing so, would you please stand and tell us your name and where you're from so that we can get to know you better? Are there any first-time visitors on this side? Hi, good morning. Good morning, Diane. Good morning. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning, Stephanie. Are there any first-time visitors on this side? All right, take that as a no. We joyfully welcome children and families in worship. The sounds of children are part of a living congregation. For busy hands of all ages, there's a fidget corner in the back of the sanctuary. Nursery care for babies and toddlers is available and opens before the service begins. We would like to acknowledge that the land upon which this congregation is situated is the former home of the Muskogee and Cherokee nations, and those who had gone before them. A few announcements. The youth group is still looking for submissions to be included in their 35th anniversary time capsule. Please complete the Breeze form that was sent via email on April 12th. We will be having an activity fair next Sunday under the portico during second hour as part of our stewardship campaign. Come and find out more about what UUMAN has to offer and how you can share your time and talents. And committee chairs, please remember to send a representative to from your committee to the activity next week. And then finally, John and Carol Crookston's grandson recently completed his bar mitzvah. For his community project, he put together and delivered over 200 care packages for the homeless. He still has some leftover packages, and there are a whole bunch of them that are available out in the lobby if you want to grab some and keep them in your car. Having these handy and available in your car can be a godsend to those in need that you may encounter when traveling around the Atlanta area. We have several adult offerings today during second hour. They are listed in your order of worship, along with the Youth RE schedule and some upcoming UUMAN events. And now, let us greet one another with the hand or elbow of friendship.
Good morning, all. Good morning. Good to see you on this Easter morning, rainy Easter morning, thank goodness. We need the rain. Our call to worship this morning is by the Reverend Evan Carville Zemer, who writes, "If we lived in another climate, our souls might speak other languages. We might speak oasis or permafrost, dry season or monsoon. But our souls speak spring. Our souls speak green shoots pushing through last year's leaves. Our souls speak flower buds stretching to the sun. Our souls speak mud puddle, nest building, damp earth worm casings, tiny green leaves, frog choruses, and ubiquitous, incessant chartreuse pollen. We speak spring because spring sings in us. We gather to nurture our faith in our growing, our own courage to push through, our own blossoming in beauty, our own small part in the spring of this world. And now let us light our chalice together.
Our chalice lighting is called Flowers Speaking by Edward Luce. The flowers, they will speak to those they know are listening, to those whose time to hear has come. Bend your ear towards their beauty, reach to find that softness you remember in the home where you shared the gift of silent speech. And now, as you are able, please stand and sing our opening hymn, number 14, The Sun at High Noon, in the gray hymnal. Alex will play through once, and then we'll sing together. This is the time in our service where children, young and old, are invited to the front for our Time for All Ages. Because today is a multi-generational service, the children will return to their seats and sit with their parents for the remainder of the service.
Well, it's Grandpa Rollins' story time, and let's see who we've got coming today. Oh, love being here on a Sunday morning. Okay, uh-oh, let's share. And Hi, y'all. How's it going? And who else we got? Oh, I love to visit my good friend, Grandpa Roland. And, of course, our philosopher, Nitty. All right, wait a minute. We're missing somebody. Where's Jet Pig? Oh, well, I guess she's off like saving the world with all her 6 superpowers that Miss Donna talked about last week. But I think she'll be back sometime. Okay. Oh, yeah, we've got more critters. And we got plenty of rabbits today. Yep. Okay, today I'm doing a story. Today is our flower communion, but it's also Easter, and that is the main holiday of the Christian religion, the people who follow Rabbi Jesus. And one of Jet Pig's superpowers, you'll remember, is pluralism. We look plural as in many, singular means one, because we look to all kind of different teachers around the world. And today is Easter, which is the most important of the Christian holidays. Christmas actually is not. It kind of got all mixed up with Yule and that kind of thing. Easter is like the big, big holiday, and it's a little bit like what we do here because they sort of celebrate flowers, like we have the Easter lily right on the corner, which is what I'm going to be talking about. And interestingly enough, Rabbi Jesus did a story about lilies, okay? It's called The Lilies of the Field. It's a really cool story. It was one of my mother's favorites. And interestingly enough, the Buddha, another great teacher, also did a flower sermon. So maybe I'll talk about that one next year. Who knows? But anyhow, lilies of the field. Okay, this is a cool story. And I'm going to use kind of the old-fashioned language. So I'm going to explain some of the words. You know me, I like big words, okay? So anyhow, one of the words is behold, which means look at. Behold the lilies of the field. And then spinning and sewing is how you make clothes. Okay, you spin to make the thread and you sew to make the clothes and all that kind of stuff. And then the story also talks about King Solomon, and that's a long, long time ago, and he was this like really, really super rich gazillionaire guy who was famous for like really fancy clothing. You know, he had all these nice clothes. And let's see what else. Arrayed. Arrayed means dressed up, okay? So the way Rabbi Jesus put it, and when we put it in our language in the Bible, it's a very pretty language, is behold the lilies of the field. There's a lily. They do not spin, neither do they sew. They don't work, right? Yet Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Therefore, why do you worry about what you will wear? See? And I think that's really cool because it's like Solomon had all this wealth, all of the big palace, fancy clothes, and no matter how fancy his clothes were, he could never look as nice as one little flower. There's no way that anybody can dress up and be prettier than that flower. So there's simply no point in worrying about all of that stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't work hard. Your schoolwork, helping your family, helping your friends, but working really hard just to have fancy stuff, don't get me wrong, I love my fancy stuff. Just turn me loose in a sporting goods store, and never mind, okay? But there's just simply no point, you know, yet Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these. Therefore, why do you worry about what you will wear? Yes? Right. Well, then you would have, well, that's a very good thought. You must be good at multiplication. Yeah, see? You multiply it. 3 is 3 times more than 1. Yeah, okay, I got you. Okay. Pardon? Lily flower? Yeah. What? Oh, your name is Lily? Oh, cool. Cool, okay, yeah. All right. Well, so y'all can get to Children's Chapel on time. Let's go ahead and put all our critters. Do what? Pardon? Oh, my bad. I am so sorry. No, Children's Chapel, do not run out the door or we will have to come get you. Okay. Back in the sack.
At the beginning of each month, the Social Justice Committee provides an update on past 50/50 collections. In February, we partnered with the Minnesota Immigrants' Rights Action Network, and your generous contributions resulted in a donation to their work in the amount of $1,263.74. Thank you. Our 50/50 recipient for April is Georgia Interfaith Power and Light, GIPL. GIPL believes strongly that faith communities have the power to change the world and a mandate to care for the sacred earth and all its inhabitants. They envision a Georgia where all people can live safely in a healthy environment, a stable climate, and resilient communities. Here with us this morning is Stephanie Williams, Development Manager for GIPL, where her role focuses on equipping communities of faith with the resources to address climate change, advocate for environmental justice, and promote community resilience. The daughter of an urban farmer, Stephanie's commitment to the earth is lifelong. She is deeply passionate about environmental justice, food sovereignty, and exploring faith-based models of repair for our common home. Her journey in service has been guided by the intersection of faith and stewardship, from her years of community leadership at the Atlanta Masjid to her work with Earthshare of Georgia. Today, she integrates these experiences at GIPL to help congregations put their spiritual values into climate action. Stephanie is currently pursuing a master's in philanthropic studies at Indiana University. She lives in East Atlanta with her husband and 2 sons. Please give a warm welcome for Stephanie Williams.
Well, good morning, and thank you for that warm introduction. It is a joy to be in community with you all today, and I'm grateful for a few minutes to share what GIPL's been up to and why we believe that matters to communities like this one. GIPL's mission is to inspire and equip communities of faith to organize, implement practical climate solutions, and advocate across Georgia on issues of climate change, environmental justice, and community resilience. We've been doing this for 20 years, and right now this work has never been more urgent. So what is environmental justice? Environmental justice is the principle that every person, regardless of race, income, or zip code, deserves clean air, clean water, and a stable climate. But in Georgia, as in much of the South, those burdens are not shared equally. The communities bearing the heaviest cost of industrial pollution, energy insecurity, and extreme heat are disproportionately Black, Brown, Indigenous, and low income. At GIPL, we believe this is a direct challenge to the inherent worth and dignity of every person. So what is GIPL doing? GIPL works with over 150 green teams and congregations across Georgia. We audit energy, plant trees, reduce waste, and educate our neighbors. But congregational level action is only part of our picture. The other part is advocacy. So let me tell you a little bit about the Georgia Public Service Commission. The Georgia Public Service Commission is a little-known 5-member elected body that regulates Georgia's monopoly utility provider, Georgia Power. It decides how Georgia gets its energy, who pays for it, and whether utilities are accountable to the public. Lastly, who pays for it? In December, the PSC approved Georgia Power's request to nearly double our state's grid's infrastructure. That's 10,000 megawatts of new capacity, mostly to fund data centers. They haven't even signed their contracts yet. Last week, GIPL, alongside Sierra Club, the Southern Environmental Law Center, and partner congregations like the UU of Savannah, filed a petition in Fulton County Superior Court to reverse that decision. GIPL's position is clear. Ratepayers deserve accountability, and we intend to get it. So, on this Easter morning, we gather around a story of cost. The cost of speaking truth to power, the cost of standing between the vulnerable and those who exploit them, and the possibility that something new can arise. Scripture reminds us that before anything is built, there must first be accounting of the cost, not just in the financial cost, but the spiritual, the communal, and the generational cost of our decisions. In this season, GIPL is asking, what is the true cost of fossil fuels? And who will pay for it? So what makes GIPL distinctive is that faith communities bring something to this fight that lobbyists or legal briefs cannot: moral conviction and the enduring memory that we know what justice requires. So if you're not connected to GIPL, I'd love to change that. I'll have more information after the service in the fellowship hall. Thank you, and thank you for being a community that takes seriously what it means to care for the world and each other.
In an effort to fulfill and further the vision and mission of this congregation, we ask that our members and friends share of their time, treasure, and talents. With this, we'll now take the offering. You can also use the Give Now option in the Breeze app. And now we have a message from the stewardship team.
Good morning. We are your Stewardship Campaign Committee with Colin, that's not here today, Colin Decker. And our segue could not have been better, thank you, Stephanie, because one of the reasons why we are so committed to the mission and vision of our congregation is to support organizations like Stephanie's who are here to make our community a better place. So that's why we pledge. Would you like me to continue? Okay. We have last year raised $16,000 at 50-50, and I need to thank Joan for being our coordinator and doing a wonderful job in our social justice committee. We have supported 12 nonprofit organizations who do wonderful work in our community. Also, you should pledge to support your immigrant community at UUMAN. We have, hold on. We promised you last week, as part of the pledge, there is a time and talent form, because we want you involved with all the gifts that you bring to our congregation. And the first 7 people that have filled the form today are going to run for our beautiful Side with Love t-shirts. So here we go. A name. A number, yeah, but it corresponds to a name.
Number 2.
Number 2. So that is, oh my God, there you go. Couldn't have made that any better. Number 3 is Callie Kalen. And she's in Paris. She cannot get the t-shirt. So next week we'll give her the t-shirt.
Okay, one short other comment. As you all know, it's tax time. So it's April 15, and we want to make you aware of a new tax law change that might benefit you to contribute to UUMAN. This year, as a married joint filer or for over 2026, you can deduct $2,000 directly charitable deduction. For a single filer, it's $1,000. If you want to know more about that, let us know. We'll also confirm that in an email. That might help you. And also, if you're 71 and 71.5 years older and have required minimum distributions, there's a great way to save some money by donating extra to UUMAN. A lot of you already use that, and not everyone can use that yet, but please let us know if you'd like more information. And also, last but not least, until so far we have 52 pledges, so we're a little bit less than halfway. In total, $125,000. So come on, keep pledging. There's the pledge form in your order of worship.
Who remembers our goal? 300,000. So we're still under half. The first person to get us to 170 gets a t-shirt next week. Please contribute and help us get to our goal as soon as possible.
We accept this sacred offering, generously given by our beloved members and friends. May we and Gipple use it to further our vision and mission in our community, in Georgia, and in the world, in order to make a truly wonderful world. Thank you.
At this point in our service, we share our joys with each other to magnify them, and our sorrows to divide the weight of their pain. If you're so moved, please feel free to come forward, say your name, and drop a pebble in the bowl and express a joy or a sorrow that you may have. For those joining via our live stream, if you have a joy or sorrow that you'd like to share, please type it into the chat.
My name's Dwan. I'm a member of this church. I remember looking for a kitten for one of my little girls and realized they are born in the spring. And today I see how many little UU hatchlings we have in this church. And I just think that is life. And yay.
Good morning. My name is Gus Haydorn. You know, spring's such a powerful season, a time of resurrection. And it's a really special season in my family. My youngest daughter, Rose, was born on Earth Day, the 22nd of April. And just a few days ago, she gave birth to a son. And we're celebrating that along with her. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Gary Denning. My joy to share is I had my younger daughter Sugar home for her spring break from NYU, and we just had a remarkably good connection. We played basketball in the driveway together. We hit some tennis balls together. We went out to 4 or 5 meals together. So she definitely was spending more time with her friends from high school, but still, I enjoyed my time with her. It was fantastic.
I'm Ash. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm a member of this congregation. I have 2 pebbles of joy this morning. One is I was waiting for a friend of mine to get a job, and she recently landed a job, so that's very exciting. And my other joy is my sibling Quill is in town. Hello, Quill. And that is a joy in and of itself, but I have convinced Quill, without very much effort, to move here. So super excited about that.
Hi, I'm Ellen, and I'm happy that everybody's here.
Good morning. My name is Heidi Lawton McCarthy, and we're visiting from the Boston area. We attend the UU Church in Middleborough, Massachusetts. It's just wonderful to walk in and be handed the same hymnal. My granddaughter Lillian said her joy is her mother just recovered from disc surgery, and my husband and I are here to watch the kids while she's recovering. But the surgery went well, so that's a joy, and just glad to be here. Okay.
Hello, my name is Amy. I'm a member of this congregation. I have 2 pebbles of joy. The first one is, if you don't know, we have started a parents group here at UUMAN, and I just want to send my love to all of the parents that have joined and the parents that might join. It has been great getting to know you and just having that support as a parent. So if you have not, come hang out with us. it's wonderful. And the second pebble of joy is for my husband, Ben. I, in passing, said that I would like to have a garden this year, so he went to Home Depot and built me 3 raised garden beds and has been digging in the dirt, getting them all set up for me, and it's a very lovely act of service that just shows how wonderful he is. So.
Hi, I'm Luca. I have a pebble of sorrow that I'm going to start with, and then a pebble of joy. So my little sister, Haley, is epileptic, and she recently had another seizure, which means that the medicine she was on isn't working, which is my pebble of sorrow. But the good news is that she's surrounded by a team of doctors and family members who are all trying to uplift her and take care of her as much as possible, and I have a lot of support as well, so I'm really grateful for that.
Konnichiwa. My name's Lily, and my joy is that I got this. And Candy's joy is that she found a new home. Oh, wait.
And I will drop one more pebble for those joys and sorrows that are still too tender to escape the folds of our hearts. Let's keep one another in our thoughts this week. Early in the morning, before the children are awake and while the grass is still dewy, I like to walk in my garden. It's my garden only because it shares the same small plot of land my family and I inhabit. The garden does not really belong to me. I belong to it, at least for the short time I'm here. Today, I'm still in my slippers and have my first cup of coffee in hand. Much of what grows was planted 3 homeowners ago. Some I've planted since our arrival, but if they belong to anyone or anything, the plants and flowering trees that I come to see and smell, viburnum, dogwood, magnolia, and crabapple, they belong to the sun and the rain and the soil. These living things are a beauty not of my making, though surely made of my desire. At the moment, the rose bushes are in full burst of red and perfume. The hydrangeas are sure to open their moppy heads as soon as the sun falls upon them. The weedy-looking globe thistles are turning lovely blue and spiky. The foxglove, however, rules the garden. Its central stalk is 5 feet high and heavy with pink, scoop-shaped blossoms with charming freckles inside. I am awed by the abundance. I'd intended to walk the garden simply to observe and wonder. But there's a weed that needs to be pulled and a stray stem that needs to be pruned, a blossom dropping and fading that should be snipped. So I set down my coffee cup on the back porch, grab a small pail, and go to work. I end up with muddy hands, wet slippers, and a pail full of weeds and trimmings. Why can't I simply observe and wonder? Won't the beauty of my small garden world survive without me? I step back to the porch to retrieve my coffee, now cold, stamp the dew off my slippers, and take one last look at my garden before I return to the house. The garden is no more beautiful now than when I first arrived. My weed pulling, pruning, and snipping haven't really improved the garden, nor made that much of a difference as far as I know. But it's like prayer. The words I speak don't really change anything, but I know they change me.
Before his death at the hands of the Nazis in 1942, Reverend Dr. Norbert Capek, founder of the Unitarian Church in Czechoslovakia, introduced to his Prague Unitarian Church the flower ceremony that he called the Flower Communion. He introduced this special service to that church in June of 1923. For some time, he had felt the need for a symbolic ritual that would bind people more closely together. The format had to be one that would not alienate any who had forsaken other religious traditions. So he turned to the native beauty of the countryside for elements of a communion which would be genuine to them. This simple service was the result.
This is the blessing of the flowers written by Norbert Capek. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and gifts, to be one in desire and affection and devotion to thy holy will. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of one another's talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do this, thy work in this world. These flowers are gifts of grace. From an ordinary seed, they spring forth in unimaginable beauty. They've brought us here this morning, the greatest gift of all, a gift that demands nothing in return. May these flowers be blessed by the unconditional love that we have for one another.
Today is a new day, truly an hour for hope and joy and gladness. Let us be thankful for the persistence of flowers and open ourselves to their long wisdom. Their strange beauty greets us in unexpected places, as if there is a particular grace that is stronger than our carelessness and indifference. If you forgot to bring a flower this morning, no worries. We have plenty of extra. As the Spirit moves you, please come forward and take a flower. May it symbolize for you the hope, joy, and gladness of this day.
invite you now to take a look at your flower. Note your flowers, your new flowers, particular shape, color, beauty. Please remember to handle it carefully. It is a gift. It is a gift that someone else brought here to share with you. It represents that person's unique humanity and therefore deserves your greatest care. Reminds us all that when community comes together, there is always plenty. Do you see all of those flowers left there? Every time I come to Flower Communion, I bring twice as many flowers as I think I need to because I'm worried that there won't be enough. When we're together, there's always enough. And now, as you are willing and able, please stand to sing our closing hymn, number 64, "Oh, Give Us Pleasure in the Flowers Today."
Let us extinguish our chalice together. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
Within the heart of a flower, the fountain of beauty. Within the heart of the community, a fire that warms and dances. Within the heart of each of us, a spark of the spirit of life. Holy, holy, holy. Go in peace and enjoy your week.
Thank you, choir, very much. Thank you so much for everything that you do and the time and talent that you give to this church. And volunteer of your time. I appreciate you immensely.